Today I'm going to cover in detail rigging wrenches, and this is the best technique for rigging your wrenches for offshore fishing all the way to inshore fishing. Offshore is easy. First of all, it's easy to find good offshore wrenches. Any department store, any home improvement store will carry these size wrenches. They're fairly large. They'll cover anywhere from, if you're jigging a shallow reef, all the way down to 400 feet. This will get down to that 400 feet level at a 3/4 inch. The thing is with these wrenches, they're the easiest as far as rigging. All you have to do is take an assist hook like you find on any of your metal jigs. They sell them at any tackle store, and all you got to do is just loop it on the end, the closed end of the wrench, loop it on there, tie your line right up to this. You're ready to go. Just drop it down, work it up. All you got to do is just match the size wrench to the depth of the water you're fishing. That's easy. Now the next challenge was when I was asked about inshore fishing. That had a big challenge in the fact that the wrenches that I was buying at the hardware store were really too big for inshore fishing. I had to rip them fast to keep them from hitting the bottom, because you're working them more like a spoon than you are a speed jig. So I had to find something a little bit smaller. So what I did find is, after a lot of looking, Sears sells Craftsman, and these are little carburation wrenches. Small little wrenches, weight and size. They cover about everything I need for shallow water. As you can see here, this is a standard wrench out of a standard set, and this is the same size. They're both 1/4 inch out of a carburation, and you see how much smaller? It's about half the weight. So it has a lot to do as far as the way you can work these in shallow water. With these smaller wrenches, great in size, but definitely had a problem with the hooks. The standard hook that you have here for your metal jigs was definitely too big. So what I ended up doing is taking some braid, and this 65-pound braid, a number 2 hook, all the way up to a 1/0 hook, depending on the size of the wrench, and I tied my own. The process was really quite simple. I just took a little bit of braid, about 6 inches, cut it, and then what I did is tie a double overhand knot. And from that double overhand knot, I tightened it, add a little bit of super glue to it, and that glue binded the material together so that knot would not slip. If you guys know, tying braid is not an easy thing to do, so that little bit of super glue holds it together. From there, all I got to do is just pinch one end of that loop and slide it through the hook, and then come out and wrap it around the hook and then pull tight, and use the same technique on the jig. And that's it. It's not pretty, but it is pretty effective. I can basically design different lengths hooks for different sizes of the wrenches that I'm throwing. Very effective way to do it. On the 1/0 hooks, I'm able to use 200-pound braid, which I happen to have a spool of. And for the number 2, which was a smaller hook, I had to go to 65-pound braid. But you can go with 65, you can go with 80. You can actually use monofilament or fluorocarbon if you wanted to. Or even a little piece of steel wire if you're going for bluefish and mackerel and you get cut off a lot. But it's a real easy way to rig your wrenches. Take your time, make your leaders, get your wrenches. These little wrenches are fantastic inshore. Offshore wrenches are okay. The inshore wrenches are crazy. I'm catching everything on them. But like I say, Craftsman is the only one I could really find where you could find these little carburation wrenches, or they call them, on this pack here it says midget combination wrenches, but usually carburation wrenches. And Sears is the one place I can find consistently where I can find to go get them. But a pack will run you about 20 bucks, and that's, you got 10 wrenches, so it's like $2. You add line and hooks to it, so you got about 2 1/4 into each lure. Different sizes for different techniques, and I'll cover that later. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this video. This is Peter Hink for Palm Beach Pete Productions, and always thank you for watching.